Hey everyone, today we're talking about Ip Man, the badass martial arts legend who also happened to be Bruce Lee's teacher. The 2008 film about his life didn't just crush it at the box office, it kicked off a whole franchise. Set during the Sino-Japanese War in Foshan, it's packed with intense fights and powerful moments. But what a lot of people don't know is that the making of this movie was just as intense as what you see on screen. So stick around, because we've got 15 crazy facts about Ip Man coming your way, from behind-the-scenes stories to unbelievable trivia. Let's get started. How close did Donnie Yen come to a serious eye injury on set? Donnie Yen, portraying the titular character, faced a truly concerning experience on the set of the film when he was alarmingly close to suffering a serious eye injury. During the rehearsal of a challenging fight sequence, a performer with an axe in hand accidentally slashed very close to Yen's left eye. Immediately, there was blood gushing out, which led to a state of concern that he might be permanently disfigured or even blinded. Fortunately, the doctor on set instantly applied an ice pack to reduce the bleeding. After reaching the hospital, it was understood that no stitches were needed and that filming wouldn't be affected. This very incident, which left Yen deeply worried and prompted him to call his wife to inform her of his fortunate near miss, showcases the immense toll on a physical level and inherent risks involved in the intensely choreographed action sequences that have become a hallmark of the Ip Man films, where actors often perform their dangerous stunts. Who was behind the film's intense martial arts choreography? Alright, let's talk about those fight scenes because they were insane. The guy in charge of all the action was the legendary Sammo Hung, one of the biggest names in Hong Kong martial arts cinema. With decades of experience choreographing Wing Chun battles in classics like Warriors 2 and The Prodigal Son, he was the perfect choice to handle Ip Man's intense fight sequences. And to make sure everything stayed true to real Wing Chun, the team brought in Ip Man's eldest son, Ip Chun, along with a few other Wing Chun experts as consultants. So while Sammo made it look epic, Ip Chun made sure it stayed authentic. What extreme diet did Donnie Yen follow to prepare for the role? To embody the slender figure and precise techniques of the Wing Chun master, Ip Man, Donnie Yen went through an extreme and demanding diet. He famously restricted himself to just one meal a day, as he claims in an interview, with a strict emphasis on vegetables and a complete omission of carbohydrates. This kind of diet allowed him to shed over 14 kilos for the role, which brought his weight down to a mere 54 kilos. But Yen's commitment to achieving the precise physical appearance of his characters is very well known in the industry, and this drastic set of measures regarding his approach to his diet for Ip Man is proof of his dedication and the lengths that actors sometimes go for authentic portrayals. How was Ip Man's real-life legacy preserved during filming? As we mentioned earlier, to make sure they stayed true to Ip Man's roots, the filmmakers got his eldest son, Ip Chun, involved right from the start. Born in 1924, Ip Chun had first-hand knowledge of both his father's life and Foshan during that time. He acted as a consultant on everything from the story to the martial arts, giving the crew valuable insight and making sure the film captured the spirit of the real Ip Man, even if they took a few creative liberties for drama's sake. Did Donnie Yen stay in character even when the cameras stopped rolling? Donnie Yen's dedication to his role as Ip Man went far beyond just the camera's recordings. It is said that he remained in character even when filming concluded for the day by consciously adjusting his posture, altering his voice, and even staying in that very costume. This immersiveness in his approach was a methodical effort to embody the famous and cultured persona of Ip Man, and also to subtly bring out the distinctive traits of Wing Chun through every movement and vocalization of his, even with his offset interactions. His commitment aimed for an authentic portrayal of a real-life character, which took over his entire being during the production. What injury did Hiroyuki Ikuchi suffer during the fight scenes? During the filming of Ip Man, Hiroyuki Ikuchi, who portrayed the Japanese General Miura, suffered a mild concussion. This injury occurred during one of the intense battle sequences when he was struck multiple times by Donnie Yen. Despite holding a black belt in judo, Ikuchi noted the immense physical demands by stating that it was very taxing in the beginning and how one had no reaction time as they intensely sensed the hits physically. Such injuries and unfortunate cases underscore the nature of martial arts choreography and the risks taken by the actors in bringing these fight scenes to life. How historically accurate is the film's portrayal of Ip Man? While the Ip Man films are captivating and entertaining for sure, it is essential to recognize that their portrayal of the legendary Wing Chun Grandmaster takes creative liberties in various aspects to add a layer of dramatic effect to the film. While the real Ip Man was indeed a Wing Chun Grandmaster who tutored Bruce Lee and moved to Hong Kong from Foshan, a major part of the narrative that drives these films is purely for enhancement purposes. An example of this would be the face-offs against random sets of figures like the Japanese General Miura, a boxer from Britain, a triad from Hong Kong, or even a drill sergeant from the United States. And while they seem incredible for the entertainment bit, it never actually occurred in Ip Man's life. He was undoubtedly a legendary martial artist, but his real-life clashes were much less theatrical than those depicted. However, the filmmakers never intended for Ip Man to be a strictly biographical project. They aimed to broadly touch upon elements from his life while prioritizing an enthralling cinematic experience. Even Ip Man's eldest son, Ip Chun, noted some inconsistencies, and he preferred the film be shot on location in Foshan when he observed that the depicted mansion was grander than the original. To sum it up, it is important to know that while the Ip Man movies act as an impact time capsule of his great legacy in the world of martial arts by capturing the essence of a man who inspired so many through his teachings, their plots are heavily fictionalized for the requirement of compelling storytelling. Why didn't Donnie Yen adopt Ip Man's traditional shaved hairstyle? Fun fact, Donnie Yen didn't go for Ip Man's traditional shaved head in the film. Even though it would have matched the era, he stuck with his usual hairstyle. It was a creative decision, likely to keep his look recognizable for audiences, and honestly, it didn't take away anything from the character. What box office milestone did the film hit upon release? Soon after its release, Ip Man touched significant box office achievements, one of them being the film going on to become Donnie Yen's biggest hit at the time. In China, it grossed well over $2 million on its opening weekend and went on to accumulate a total of $13 million after 6 weeks in theaters. And in Hong Kong, the film opened at number 1 and it took home almost $500,000 just on its opening weekend. Ultimately, it finished its domestic run with a total collection grossing $3 million. A strong performance like this cemented its name as one of the highest grossing films in Hong Kong for 2008. Globally, Ip Man earned over $22 million worldwide, which can be counted as a remarkable feat considering the fact that it had no initial release in North America and most of Europe. This success laid the groundwork for a franchise to build upon, with future installments like Ip Man 2, 3, and 4 going on to achieve even greater box office successes in Hong Kong, Malaysia, and Singapore, resulting in strengthening the movie's commercial appeal. Where did the film make its red carpet debut? Ip Man made its red carpet debut in Beijing, China on December 10, 2008. This premiere took place before the theatrical release of the film in other regions, including Hong Kong, 9 days later. The film was presented to audiences in Malaysia, Singapore, and New Zealand on December 18, 2008. The initial premiere in Beijing was met with widespread support and great praise from the audience, which helped in getting the ball rolling for a positive reception for its successful run. Who wrote the screenplay, and what's his connection to the film's producer? The screenplay for Ip Man was written by Edmund Wong, who is the son of the film's producer, Raymond Wong. Now, Raymond Wong is a very key figure who was instrumental in bringing the Ip Man story to the big screen. The idea for an Ip Man biopic had been floating around since 1998, but then Raymond Wong, with the full consent of Ip Man's sons, decided to independently develop this film project. He took the initiative to send filmmakers to Foshan to thoroughly research Ip Man's life to ensure a degree of authenticity before the portrayal. Raymond Wong also envisioned the film having a similar gritty feel to the 2005 hit film SPL Sha Po Long. He even navigated a potential conflict with another Ip Man biopic titled The Grandmaster, which was directed by none other than Wong Kar-wai. But Wong willingly shortened his film's title by dropping the words The Grandmaster and kept it as Ip Man to differentiate them. Raymond Wong's vision and drive as a producer were crucial in getting Ip Man made, and his son Edmund's involvement as the screenwriter furthered the influence and contribution of the family behind the success of the film. How much Wing Chun training did Donnie Yen go through for the role? You might think that Donnie Yen, already a martial arts master, would just show up and start throwing punches, but nope. For Ip Man, he spent around 9 months training specifically in Wing Chun. He had to completely adjust his usual fighting style, slow down his strikes, master close-range movements, and even change his stance and posture to match the discipline. By the time filming started, Donnie had pretty much transformed himself into a Wing Chun specialist. How many times had Wilson Yip and Donnie Yen teamed up before this film? Ip Man in 2008 marked the 4th collaboration between director Wilson Yip and star Donnie Yen. The partnership between these two has proven to be incredibly lucrative and career-defining for both. Before doing Ip Man, they had already teamed up on 3 other films: SPL Killzone in 2005, Dragon Tiger Gate in 2006, and then Flashpoint in 2007. Their successful creative collaboration didn't stop with the first Ip Man, as they continued their work together on Ip Man 2, 3, and 4, which helped further cement their legacies. The partnership was highlighted again at the 2023 Cannes Film Festival, where a 5th installment of the Ip Man series was teased, indicating yet another reunion for this duo. Who composed the emotionally charged score for the film? This emotion-filled and memorable score for Ip Man was composed by the veteran Japanese music maestro Kenji Kawai. Known for his atmospheric and impactful compositions across various genres, Kawai delivered a soundtrack that perfectly complemented the intense drama of the film, including the martial arts sequences. His work on Ip Man was widely praised, even leading to a nomination for Best Original Score at the prestigious 28th Hong Kong Film Awards. However, this wasn't his first collaboration with the film's director Wilson Yip, as Kawai also composed the music for his earlier martial arts film Dragon Tiger Gate in 2006, and hence a collaboration for Ip Man came about through a touch of familiarity and old friendships between them. Which top honors did the film win at the Hong Kong Film Awards? At the 28th Hong Kong Film Awards in 2009, Ip Man was truly a dominant force. Out of its impressive 12 nominations, the film proudly took home 2 prestigious accolades, which were Best Film and Best Action Choreography. While director Wilson Yip and the star Donnie Yen were also nominated in their respective categories, the film's overall presence in various categories that night truly highlighted its excellence and the amazing work and effort put into this project. Outro. And that's our video. We hope you had a fun time learning about the cast, crew, and what went on behind the scenes before and after the release of the film Ip Man. Loosely based on the life of the iconic martial artist, what are your thoughts on the film? Drop a comment and let us know how you would rate Ip Man in your books. And as always, click that like button if you enjoyed this video and do share it with your friends. Please feel free to subscribe to Marvelous Videos for more such content. Until next time, take care and ciao.